Almost a year, Rivers State federal legislative seats are empty after several cancellations of hanging elections in the state. Security concerns and allegations of bias of INEC trail the polls. That's the focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. We'll bring it to you from our Lagos office in Nigeria. Many thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's give you some of the top political stories we're following right now.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
Well, we bring you those political stories in a short while, some technical issues there. But then let me give you some updates on the budget padding controversy that we have been following right here on Channels Television. Some of the issues that are coming on board here, we just got information now that the man with the allegations, Honorable Abdulmumin Jibrin, has been written to by the Presidential Advisory Committee on corruption. Just before we get too deep into our major issues of the day, we'd like to tell you that the man with that allegation that some principal officers were engaged in senseless insertions into the budget has been asked by the Presidential Advisory Committee on Corruption, headed by Professor Saga, to make a comprehensive presentation to the committee about the allegations. The letter, which was said to have been written to the member of the House of Representatives representing Bebeji constituency of Kano State, was said to have been signed by Professor Bolaji Owosanaye. It also said that in that letter is to give details of the allegations that he has made against some of these principal officers. Well, let's now move into our major issue of the day, the controversies rocking the Rivers State legislative election. The major parties in the state have not ceased blaming each other for the trouble caused by security concerns and some of the real reasons why the polls are still hanging. Before now, several states have had their hanging elections concluded, from Kogi to Imo State, but that of Rivers State has been a peculiar one. Seems to be the most notorious as INEC continues to postpone the exercise. Well, let's take a look now at how this has played out since last year. Of course, you know that part of the elections that were supposed to be conducted was that of these Rivers State legislative elections, and the first date was the March 28th, where it was supposed to be conducted. But again, that election was conducted, but there litigations, and of course, the INEC had to go back to the field. And on the 6th of February 2016, another scheduled date for the polls, but the polls did not hold, as INEC says that due to inadequate preparations. And there was a second conductor, however, March 19, 2016, INEC declared that election inconclusive. On the 30th of July, another date scheduled by INEC, but before that date, several things have happened. On the 24th of July 2016, INEC office in Bori was burnt down, and afterwards, INEC postponed that exercise on the 25th of July 2016. But now a new date has been fixed by INEC, and that is October 2016. INEC had met with stakeholders, though that meeting didn't go without some crises also and some controversies where political parties were at each other's throats about this issue, and INEC says it hopes to conduct the exercise in October 2016, and one will hope that for a final time that date will be observed. Over and over now, INEC has had this date shifted majorly because of security reasons. Of course, INEC, Channels Television had an interview with one of the candidates in the exercise who has been talking about allegations of bias of INEC in the whole conduct of the exercise. And again, last week, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, was in Lagos where he spoke to journalists about some of the real reasons why the exercise has been postponed and what Nigerians should look forward to this time around. Of course, we'll be bringing you all of these in a short while. But let me introduce to you my guest on the program now. He's a former senator, Senator Magnus Abe, representing Rivers Southeast Federal Constituency, Senatorial Constituency in Rivers State. He joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for coming on the program, Senator Magnus Abe. As it stands now, there are a lot of allegations because at some point INEC was said to have announced that tie results were being stolen, and at some point we understand that that result resurfaced again, and with all sorts of court cases now coming up about no announcement of tie result, new fresh elections should be conducted in tie result. There are allegations that INEC and the APC, your party in Rivers State, are collaborating to frustrate the people's votes in that state. What are your reactions to these?
First of all, Sharon, let me thank you for having me on the program, and to say that those who actually have the facts about what is happening in Rivers State are amused by some of the things that are going on currently. Now you're talking about postponement of these elections this time around. The real reason the elections were postponed this time around is because the People's Democratic Party government in Rivers State wrote to INEC requesting that the elections be postponed. And the elections were postponed based on that request by the Rivers State government. Now, if it had been the APC that had written to INEC for any reason whatsoever, it would have been all over the airwaves and everywhere that APC is collaborating with INEC to shift elections. But this was quietly done, and nobody has said a word about it. Nobody has said it is because INEC is collaborating with the PDP. Because we realize that INEC has the power and can take a decision in the interest of the public one way or the other. But this was clearly done at the instance of the PDP and to please the PDP government of Rivers State. Nobody is saying anything about that. Secondly, to say that the APC is collaborating with INEC is the height of hypocrisy. Let us look at the facts. What are the facts to begin with about tie? The truth of the matter is that there was no time that the tie results were said to have been stolen. What happened in tie was that the election was conducted by INEC. The electoral officer for tie who anchored the election is alive. He's still a staff of INEC. The collation officer for tie who was appointed by INEC was in tie. He collated the results. The returning officer for the House of Assembly seat in Tai, who was appointed by INEC, was in Tai. He returned the results. The e-collation officers from INEC, the monitors, and every other staff of INEC that was supposed to be part of that election, they were all in Tai. They took part in the election. Their reports are all there. The police was there. The SSS was there. Everything that should happen in an election happened in the election of Tai. But what was the problem? The real reason the tie results was rejected by INEC was because the resident electoral commissioner for Rivers State said that he will not announce the tie results because...
I'd like to pause you there for a moment. Just a moment, Senator Abe. We'll take this short break, and when we return, you tell us, in your own view, what are the real reasons why the tie elections were not released. Stay with us. We'll be right back.